Hello everyone, and welcome back to Soccer Unboxing. So, welcome to my obligatory figure festival video. So, I do these pretty much like every time there's a new figure festival because I feel like it's obviously very exciting to see what new figures are going to be in development. So I'm very excited to talk about which figures that pretty much interest me the most or ones that I want to talk about in this video. So, of course, I will be going over 3 different figure festivals. 2 of them I just kind of combined into one list because I feel like they're pretty much the same thing. But the first one I'll be talking about is going to be goodsmile's Wonderful Hobby Life for You 36. And the next one I'll be talking about that I pretty much combined together is Ami's Hobby Camp and the Wonder Festival 2023 Winter. I feel like those are pretty much the same thing, so I might as well just slap them together in one list. And I do have lists made for these different figure festivals, which I will link in the description below if you guys are interested in checking those out and maybe adding some figures to your wish list. So yeah, very excited to talk about these today. There were definitely a bunch of figures that I'm interested in pre-ordering in the future, so yes, without further ado, let us get started. So right here we have my first list, and this is of course goodsmile's Wonderful Hobby Life for You 36. So of course I'll start off with the Nendoroids and then go up from there to the scale figures. So starting off we have this one right here, which is the, forgive me if I butcher this name, the Lu Zhaohei Zhanji Zhaohei Nendoroid by Goodsmile Art Shanghai and Goodsmile. So I kind of wanted to pull this up because I have seen clips from this movie and it's very gorgeously animated, and this is the character design and I think he does look super cute overall. I'm very confused why they just decide to silhouette the Nendoroid design that they're going to go for instead of just showing it off, but I thought I'd point this out because I am interested to see what this looks like, and I do think it's a very cute character design overall, so I thought I'd shout it out. After that, we have 2 Nendoroid dolls that I'll talk about together. So the green one is Ginger and the red one is Garlic. So overall, I really dig these character designs and just, you know, the clothing overall. I am quite a big Nendoroid doll fan. For the most part, I do really like the original character Nendoroid dolls and their clothing designs, and these guys are no exception. So yeah, very interested to see what the clothing looks like once it's like revealed, but these ones I am contemplating pre-ordering because for their design, so yes, very excited for these 2 Nendoroid dolls overall. After that, we have a draft, we have a prototype for the Hatsune Miku Racing 2023 version Nendoroid by Goodsmile Company. So I overall really like this Racing Miku design. I'm not too into getting any of the sort of Racing Miku figures, but this design I kind of dig. Very cute already from even it just being an unpainted prototype. I like how you can see she's got kind of a sculpted fang in there. I'll also quickly pop this up and I'll talk about the scale as well since I'm here. But yeah, they're making also a scale of this figure, and yeah, just from like this design overall, I really dig it. I like sort of the little beret with the Goodsmile logo on it, and yeah, all these little details I kind of dig. I don't think I'll pre-order this one, but I just wanted to point out how much I love the design, and you also have these cute little birds on the side. I quite like that, so yeah. Overall, a great design, but I think I'll be skipping her, unfortunately, just because I'm not too into the Racing Miku sort of figures, but if I see her colored and what she comes with, I might have my mind changed. We'll see. After that, we have 2 Nendoroids from the same series from the Ancient Magus Bride. So we have Elias Ainsworth and Hattori Chisei. I was kind of surprised that Chisei didn't get a Nendoroid before Elias. Elias did have a Nendoroid release a couple of years ago, and I think he's a little bit expensive in the aftermarket, and yeah, so it's kind of nice that Chisei is finally getting a Nendoroid herself because she's sort of one of the main characters, and it's nice to see that Elias is kind of getting a sort of re-release of sorts. I don't know if they'll include more items with it, which I hope they do, because I think that'd be pretty nice. And yeah, so I don't know about these two. I did really enjoy watching The Ancient Magus Bride, but I don't know if I'll pick these two up. But hey, if you're a big fan, then you definitely have these two to look forward to. After that, we have the obligatory Demon Slayer Nendoroids, so quite excited for these. Starting off, we have the Tokito Muichiro Nendoroid, so the Mist Hashira, who I'm quite excited for. I really do like Muichiro as a character and his design overall, so very interested to see what he'll look like in Nendoroid form. Obviously with the hype of Season 3 and the movie that's going to be coming out in the States, there's that to look forward to as well. And of course, Mitsuri is here too. Adorable. I love Mitsuri, so I'm very happy to see her get a Nendoroid. And yeah, so just excited for these two. Not much to say at the moment just because they're just showing their default art, so yeah, but I'm excited for those two. And after that, we have a Nendoroid that kind of got some hate, and I feel bad for him. This is the Senjuro Nendoroid, so Kyojo's brother, and he looks so worried, and oh my god. And I feel like he should be after looking at all of the comments here on his page. Some people are defending him, but a lot of people are giving him hate because at the moment he's a pretty minor character, and other people think, hey, someone else should get that spot instead of him in Nendoroid form. Like, Genya was one who people thought should get a Nendoroid. So, yeah, I don't think he deserves the hate. I do feel bad for him overall. And I'm not too sure if I'll actually pre-order him once he's, like, up. I'll have to see what he comes with and the price. I really hope he's not too expensive, because I don't think he should be, like, $50, I'd say. But, yeah. He still looks so cute overall, and I would like to get him to go with, of course, my Kyojuro Nendoroid. So after that, we have pretty much like the last Demon Slayer Nendoroid that was announced, and that is the Akaza Nendoroid. So clearly he wasn't supposed to have a picture taken, but someone did, so now we kind of see what he looks like as a Nendoroid. So I'm overall, you know, excited that they're doing the Upper Moon Demons in Nendoroid form. I think it would be obviously very cool to have all of them. I really hope they do make a Daki and Gyutaro Nendoroid as well in the future, because I think it would be kind of cool to have like sort of battle scenes with, of course, the Hashira Nendoroid and the Upper Moon Demon Nendoroid. So I really hope goodsmile does that. I have my fingers crossed, and yeah, so I'm, you know, quite excited that they're at least doing sort of the villains of the series as well. After that, if the page loads, okay, good. We have this one that actually went up for pre-order. That is the My Hero Academia Hawks Nendoroid. So Hawks, being one of my favorite character designs in My Hero Academia, I do know a little bit about his like backstory and abilities and such because I read the wiki and I've seen clips. And I think he came out pretty nice as a Nendoroid. I really love the faceplates especially. So I'll skip to them. We have a sort of more battle-ready face, and the smiling one, that is absolutely freaking adorable. I love it so much. My only complaint though is that other than those faceplates that I love, he really doesn't come with anything else. He's got obviously his feather blades, he's got obviously the wings, you can't have Hawks without the wings, and then obviously the, I forgot to show, of course, the attack sort of piece. I don't know, my brain is not working, but I think he, of course, he also has the ability to shoot feathers out, so it would have been cool to have sort of a, you know, a couple of those little pieces or like a clear backdrop to that. And then, I don't know, other than that, there's like nothing else exciting to him. And I believe on the goodsmile website itself, he's like 8,500 yen, which is quite expensive, so it's, I think I read like 65 USD, which is a lot, and I understand maybe because of the wings and such, but I don't know, I feel like he's lacking more accessories to warrant, like, you know, even that price tag. So unfortunately for me, he's a skip. I'm gonna wait once he's like actually released to see if he may go down, and then I might pick him up there because I think he's still so cute overall. But again, I feel like he's just lacking in accessories for me to want to actually pre-order him. After that, we have this one that wasn't actually on the Wonderful Hobby Life for You, but before it wasn't an actual figure, but now it is, so I just decided to throw it into this list, and that is the Hololive Mori Calliope Nendoroid, one that I'm quite excited for, mostly because, again, I love figures with scythes, and this character design has a scythe included, and she looks very cute and well done overall. I do like all the little gold details, and of course the scythe is there. I love that design. So yes, this one is most likely going to get pre-ordered because I love the scythe. So there's that. Obviously, I do want a sort of cheaper version of this figure. Who knows, if they make a glorious scale and she has the scythe in it, that might be a consideration. I don't know. Because again, I don't really watch Hololive or know much about the character herself, so there's that. And obviously the pop-up parade doesn't have the scythe, and I know the Figma does, but the Figma is going to be expensive, so I'll settle with the Nendoroid for the moment. But yeah, so very nice overall. After that, we have my Demon Slayer husbando, Kyojuro, in Nendoroid doll form, and this one, I don't know if I'll pre-order this or not. Obviously, I have my little Kyojuro shrine, you know, I maybe would like to add more to it, but I don't know how I feel about, like, the overall clothing, and it's mostly with the pants. They feel super baggy, and it just looks a little bit goofy, I think, on him. Like, the rest of the clothing, I think, look fine. The cape, I think, looks great, but those pants are freaking baggy, and I'm not the biggest fan of, so I'll see. And again, because it's an Nendoroid doll, it's going to be a little bit more on the expensive side because of the clothing. So, who knows, maybe I'll wait in the aftermarket and hopefully he's not too bad overall. After that, we have one more Nendoroid to talk about, and that is the Helltaker Modeus Nendoroid. So, I looked at her coloring and her, you know, all colored. She looks so freaking adorable. I love, of course, all of the hearts in her hair and her heart-eyed pupil faceplate. She just looks so precious. I love the way this Nendoroid looks overall. And quick thing, kind of getting sidetracked a little bit, but I did end up not ordering the Cerberus Nendoroid at all because, again, I was torn between getting the triple pack, which I think might be stupid to purchase because it's quite expensive, and I'm kind of hoping in the aftermarket, fingers crossed, that it might go down in price and I can pick it up then. But yeah, yeah, other than Cerberus, who I'm obviously, you know, I'm gonna wait a while, I think I might pick up Modeus, because I think she looks, just from this picture alone, super duper cute, and I'm interested to see what other sort of accessories she comes with. After that, we are moving on to the scale figures. So, starting off, we have this one by Luminous Box. We have the black and white cat, and I think this is super cute overall, just from this illustration. You know, very nice sort of like fashion to these two, and they look so elegant and adorable. Interested to see how this looks like in figure form and what scale they'll go for, because it doesn't say the scale at the moment, but these ones I'm kind of anticipating just to see how they look overall, and I might consider pre-ordering these two because they look super duper cute in this illustration. After that, I mean, I already talked about the Racing 2023 Miku. Very nice design. Interested to see how the scale version looks. Next up, we have this figure. So we have some Ruby figures, so specifically Ruby Rose. So these are 1/6 by goodsmile company, so these guys are going to be pretty big. Interested to see how the prices as well, because they are going to be 1/6. And, you know, if I had to pick one out of the bunch, I'd most likely pick Ruby because the scythe. But yeah, I did actually watch Ruby way back when, and, you know, I enjoyed, like, the earlier seasons and such, and, you know, Ruby, I really love her character design, and the scythe, of course, is beautiful. So yeah, but I like the overall look with all of them together in this, but, you know, it's going to be quite a big investment if you're a big Ruby fan and you want this whole set, and they are also going to be a big space taker because of that 1/6 scale. So yeah, interested to see these guys in the future, like how they're colored and overall, you know, size and price tag, of course. Okay, next one, we're gonna skip that draft. We're gonna go into this next one because I'm gonna save that for last. So, next up, we have the Girls Front Line UKM 2000 1/7 Soda Tail by Pony Canyon. This was in a previous figure festival. I like the overall vibe that she has and just, you know, design and outfit. I'll have to see if I want to pre-order this one in the future. I love it, but I don't know how much it'll, you know, warrant a pre-order from me. I'll have to say about price and release date, but do love the design overall. After that, we have this one that I just kind of want to shout out because of this big ass like blade that she has in this. Like, where the heck are you gonna put this like when it comes out? So yes, this is a Tsukihime character, and my god, this is gonna definitely take up a lot of like vertical and, you know, even horizontal space. So I mean, if you're a big fan of this character, then, and if you like this sort of design that it's going for, then go for it. But for me, you know, I don't know anything about Tsukihime, but I just wanted to shout this out for how kind of ridiculous this all looks. You know, still cool, but in terms of like spacing, it's just, it's not for me. So yeah, I just wanted to shout out that one. After that, we have the Hatsune Miku Symphony 2022 version by Goodsmile. So this had a sort of draft, like concept art before, and now we have a prototype. Very nice looking Miku overall, and you know, there was this one, or you can get the music box Miku, which I think if I were to pick between this one and the music box one, I'd probably pick the music box one. But yeah, I do think it looks very pretty overall. The sculpt of the twin tails look great, and I'm also interested to see, I'll pop up a picture, if they'll actually do the Rin and the Len. I think it'd be pretty cool to have them behind the Miku in a way. So yeah, I thought at first though, with the way that the base looked on it, I thought they were going to actually be below Miku, but in this illustration they're above Miku. So yeah, that'd be kind of a cool set to have overall if Goodsmile does take the time to do the other Miku. But yeah, you know, if you didn't pick up the other Symphony Miku, then I feel like this one's a pretty good alternative because of overall sculpt and base, and I think she does look super cute overall. So now moving on to the second to last scale figure we have this one. So we have the Fate Grand Order Oda Nobunaga Avenger figure by Goodsmile Company. So I have been playing some Fate Go, and I do like Nobunaga's character design overall. So I'm interested to see if they'll stick with this pose or they'll come up with a different pose, which I do hope that they don't go with this pose. I would like to see something pretty dynamic and cool, so we'll have to see about that in the future. And now we have the highlight for me for this wonderful hobby life for you. And that is a very big surprise announcement, and that is the Heaven Official Blessings Hua Chong, forgive me if I butcher his name, Goodsmile Arts Shanghai figure. Oh my god, when I saw this, I freaked out so hard. He's getting a scale figure, it looks fantastic, and I am so hyped for it. So I remember talking to another fellow figure unboxer here on YouTube, which is Wild Feeny Weeb. I recommend checking out her channel. She's very funny and sweet, and yeah, I really enjoy her content. And I remember when she unboxed her Shi Leon figure, and we were in the comments just chatting, and we're like hoping like, oh, hopefully Goodsmile Arts Shanghai makes a Hua Chong figure in the future. And I feel like we both just manifested him, and I am just so excited. Yeah, so the sculpt, it looks fantastic overall. I really like the big butterfly that's above him. Really hoping that he's like close to the same price as the Shi Leon that I have. I feel like Goodsmile Arts Shanghai prices their figures relatively well, so I'm hoping for under 200 USD, maybe a little over 200, but nothing over 300, please, I beg of you, because I would love this boy in my collection. So yes, oh my god, I'm so happy. So this is going to be a definite pre-order for me. So yeah, very much definitely the way to end this list. I definitely want to save him for last. So that overall concludes my wonderful Hobby Life for You list that I have, and now we're going to be moving on to my Wonder Festival 2023 Winter list. So now we're moving on to my Wonder Festival 2023 Winter list, as well as like Ami Ami Hobby Camp. I feel like pretty much the same thing. So I'm gonna go through this list. I have 39 items, so hopefully I can get through this at a relatively okay pace. And additionally, at the end, I'll probably do like a full, face thing, because there are some other figures that I want to mention that unfortunately they're not on my figure collection, but I want to give those a shout out anyway, so that'll be after all these guys. So we're going to start with the first one that I'm quite excited for, and I'll most likely pre-order, and that is the Falslander Ronin Katie Cole Katakawa figure. So yes, this is of the Falslander Ronin, who has to be one of my favorite designs of the Falslander girls. I have to say, she's tied with Hemet Nithel as being like my favorite of the bunch, so I'm quite excited to see her in scale figure form. And I could have sworn that Wing did the other one, the Hemet Nithel, if I'm not mistaken, so it's kind of interesting to see that Katie Cole is doing it now, a scale version of this figure, so I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out with them. After that, we have just a concept illustration. This is the Vocaloid Hatsune Miku 1/7 Japan Tour 2023 Thunderbolt by Design Coco, who I'm not too familiar with, but I already love the design that I'm seeing for this Miku. Obviously, the whole lightning and thunder aesthetic is there, so yeah, I'm already loving the illustration. Very interested to see how this looks in figure form. After that, we have another one by the same manufacturer. This is the Senbon Sakura version of Hatsune Miku. So yes, Senbon Sakura being a very, famous Vocaloid song. I love the song, of course. The Sakura theme is there. So I'm, very excited to see how this one is going to look. I'll most likely pre-order this one as well, just because for the whole, Sakura theme. So yeah, it's nice that, because Freeing did a Senbon Sakura Miku, so it's nice to see that this version of Miku is getting another scale. After that, we have another Miku figure, but this is, of course, the very expensive Hatsune Miku FNX 1/4 Nihon Ningyo Furyu Yoshitoku figure. So yes, this is pretty much the Kimono Miku, and the whole Furyu, and this other company that I believe makes these like fabric kimono figures. So yes, this one is most likely going to be in the thousands. It's going to be a skip for me because it's a big investment just for this one figure, but I'll say this right now, I do love the overall pattern for this. I'll quickly also pick up the, gorgeous design overall, but again, 1/4 real fabric, it's going to be a pretty big investment, so unless you're a hardcore Miku fan, then I guess go for it. But yeah, I can appreciate the original artwork at least, so yeah. Not gonna pick up just because of the very high price tag for her. After that, we have this one, the Mamono Musume Zukan Cheshire Neko 1/7 by Broccoli, so an interpretation of the Cheshire Cat character. And I do like her design overall, and just her smug face and demeanor. All the blacks and the purples look very nice together. And yeah, so Broccoli, again, I only have one figure from them, but from that one figure, I feel like, they're pretty good. I mean, I feel like I shouldn't judge them based off of one figure, but yeah, I'm interested to see how this looks in figure form. I do really like it. I don't know if I'll pick this up considering the fact that I have the Mythos Cheshire Cat, but, I really do love the design, so I definitely want to shout that one out. After her, we're already moving on to some lewd figures, kinda. So, the first one is a Binding Bunny. So, I have to say, it's not really that lewd, I don't think. Yeah, no. But it's a draft of a bunny that's illustrated by Saitom. So this is Himejima Urara by Native. So I'll also kind of hopefully show the original art for her I'm gonna see if I can find it. It's really not safe for work. I don't know why that's up at the moment, but yeah. Obviously, I had to look at what the original illustration looked like, which looks like this. If I can, I'll show like a little bit on top and then go down. I do really love the outfit design and the colors for her, and she's got like this mask with this sort of like grinning teeth, which I quite like. So yeah, and the shoes look pretty nice, so yeah. I was obviously torn which of these 3 binding bunnies I might get, but she's definitely up there just because I do like the overall outfit design. So after that, we're moving on to the next binding bunny I have, and it is the Hitoyo-chan binding bunny. And this one right here, I kind of dig. I kind of like the design of the outfit and how you do have some netting on like the lower torso part. And yeah, I don't know if there's an original illustration for this, I'll have to see, but I guess I'll show some hopefully better, hopefully, you know, YouTube won't flag me images, but I do like the overall design of the bunny outfit. I do love the shoes, I do like the overall, you know, midsection part, and it's very cute. So yeah, this one, you know, if I had to pre-order like one of the 3 of these binding bunnies, like she was up there. I'll get to the last one in a minute. I don't think there's actually an original illustration for this, unfortunately, but you know, I am overall liking the way this one looks just because of design and such at the moment. And now the last one that I have on the list. So this is the Miyasegawa Natsumi bunny. And yes, I think she's supposed to be like a swimsuit sort of bunny outfit. To be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of this one. I think it's just the pose overall, and maybe, you know, I think the swimsuit design is cool, but it's just not my cup of tea, really. So of the ones, she's probably my least favorite, and there's the original illustration. Nothing wrong with the original illustration, it's gorgeous artwork. I'm just maybe not the biggest fan of this binding bunny. I'm sorry if you love this one, but it's just not my cup of tea personally, so yes. So pretty much of the 3, if I were to pre-order, I would definitely think the Saitom one is definitely the first, followed by the Hitoyo-chan, and then I wouldn't even probably pre-order the last one just because I'm not the biggest fan of maybe the pose and the design, so yeah, that's just me. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on these 3 binding bunnies. After that, we have another 1/4. This is the Azure Lane, forgive me if I butcher this, the La Galissoniere B-Style by Freeing and Union Creative. So Freeing is going to manufacture this and Union Creative will distribute this. I don't know, I really love just like the pose for this character's design and sort of like the cat theme. I think I quite like the cat paw gloves, like fingerless gloves. I think that looks super cute. And yeah, Azure Lane B-Style figures I really dig. Obviously, there's like a bunch of them that I don't really, you know, feel the need to pre-order, but this one is super cute. I really just dig this overall vibe for this character. So yeah, this one I'm going to most likely consider pre-ordering in the future if it's not super expensive, because some of these Azure Lane, like I almost said binding. Some of these Azure Lane freeing figures do get quite expensive depending on the complexity of them, so I'll have to see on price, but I really do like her design overall. After that, we have this one from Girls Frontline, the Neural Cloud Florence by Fat Company. So I just wanted to point out this illustration because I do like the way it looks with these sort of like lighter blue and white sort of colors for this figure. I'm interested to see how much they'll do of this, if they'll just put her on this sort of rolly looking Segway sort of base, but yeah. Overall, I do like the character design and, you know, just sort of like, I guess, doctor aesthetic that this figure has, so yeah. Interested to see how that looks like in figure form. After that, we are moving on to an E-Stream Shibuya Scramble figure. So this is the Shibuya Scramble Makima 1/7 figure. I'm gonna see if I can get a proper picture of her, so yes. Kind of bloody. So, yeah, but I feel like, you know, some people have been like kind of not happy with the Makima figures that have come out in terms of design and such, and like the face I feel like is a big thing. And this one I think looks, you know, pretty good. I really hope it's not like $300 because I think that's quite expensive, but you know, I feel like the blood is pretty well done overall, and you know, it's pretty simple pose because again, we don't want to jump into, you know, spoilers for Makima in the future of the Chainsaw Man manga. So yeah, overall I think it's like good. I really hope it's just not too expensive for how simple it is though, but yeah, I'll have to see how the price is for that one in the future. But you know, I'm not gonna pre-order it. You know, I like Makima, but I don't love her enough to get a scale version of her. So after that one, we have this one that is surprisingly not by binding, but this is the Shiro Bunny Onesan 1/4 by Otherware. So it's just a concept illustration. I don't know if I can find a better, okay. But this is of course by Saki Yamama, who is known for, of course, the infamously expensive Caroline Yuri binding bunny, and then the upcoming Mio Blue binding bunny. So I'm very surprised that this one is not being, manufactured by Binding. It's instead by this other company. And I do really love the overall design of this from this illustration. I love the sort of jewels that she has all over her bunny outfit and her earrings and her necklace. Yeah, very nice overall. I really do like that one. So I'm actually going to quickly jump over because there is also this one that I want to point out, the pink twin tail bunny-chan that I didn't put on my list because, I don't know, just looking at this figure, I think I'm just not the biggest fan of the way it looks overall. And if I pull up the original illustration, I think it looks nice, but I don't know, in figure form, I just don't dig it as much as the other one. Granted, who knows if this, the one bunny, of course, this one I'm talking about, is gonna look maybe similar to that one in terms of how off it feels a little bit for me in figure form, so we'll have to see, but I really dig this design by Saki Yamama overall. So after that, we're moving on to another big E-Stream figure. So this is, of course, the Chainsaw Man, Fox Devil, and Hayakawa Aki Shibuya Scramble figure 1/7. So this one is actually already up for pre-order, and it is a pricey boy, but I'll get to that in a bit, but I'll talk about the overall sculpt. I really do like it overall. The Fox Devil looks fantastic. I'm glad that she's getting some love in figure form. And I do like how Aki's doing, obviously, the cone pose. Yeah, she looks, oh, Fox Devil looks so good though in this. And if you do get it off of, I guess, E-Stream's store, you do have this bonus faceplate they can swap out. But for me, it's definitely a skip because of the price tag. So on Ami, I believe, I'm also not sure if they're shipping to the United States, but this figure is 42,000 yen, which is absolutely crazy. So very pricey. I don't know if it should really be that much. Probably all that price, of course, went into the Fox Devil. And yeah, so obviously, you know, I love Aki as a character, but I don't think I'll invest into this one. But hey, if you really, of course, like the Fox Devil and I guess Aki as well, then you have kind of some time to save up for this one. But for me right now, it's just a skip because, price. So there's that. After that, we have some Azure Lane characters. Yes, okay, good. I get all the Azure Lane girls from line, I get them mixed up sometimes, but just some concept art that I want to point out. So the first we have is the Azure Lane Glorious 1/7 Pungent Plum version by Neon Max. So really do like this artwork overall. It does have some cherry blossoms in it. So yes, they might not do this whole thing. They do kind of pick and choose what to turn into figure form, but I do overall really like this concept art, and she looks great along with that kimono. So I just wanted to point that one out. And the next one on here, which I did star, so I like this one of the ones that I liked for Azure Lane figures, and that is the Azure Lane St. Louis 1/7 Spirits in the Snow version, also by Neon Max. So yeah, I really love the kimono, how she has this sort of fluffy, you know, scarf in the back. And yeah, just overall design I think is very nice. So definitely my favorite of the bunch, just for, you know, the sort of vibe it's getting off. So there's her. And the last one here is the Azure Lane Ditto. I'm not too sure if that's how you pronounce it. 1/7 Anxious Bisque doll version, also by Neon Max. And yeah, this one I really like, sort of like the wings in the back and her overall outfit. And she does have kind of these hands coming out in different places. And yeah, I just like the overall look for this one. Interested to see how much they'll do for this figure because it's kind of a lot going on. So yeah, I'm interested to see how this is going to look in figure form. After that, we have an Albedo figure. So this one really caught my eye, and that is the Overlord Albedo figure 1/7 by, so it's called an Idolite figure? I'm not too sure, but this is by Craft Egg, who I definitely have not heard about. So I'll quickly get a better picture of this Albedo, but from what I'm seeing in this art, or this better quality picture, I think she does look fantastic. I really love, obviously, the whole outfit that she's wearing. She has, obviously, Eins is on one of her sleeve, which I think is a nice touch, and the spider lilies on there as well, and just, you know, the purple and red. I think it looks fantastic. I would like a figure of Albedo, and I was actually contemplating getting the Freeing Bunny Albedo because I did quite like that one. It's quite pricey, but, you know, I understand why. But this one I feel like I might go for. Obviously, I'm not too familiar with the manufacturer, so I hope that, you know, it turns out overall pretty nice. And especially from what I'm seeing, I really hope it does. So now moving on to a power figure. So this is the Chainsaw Man Nyako Power S-Fire 1/7 figure by Sega. So not too familiar with the S-Fire line, so I'm not too sure about the quality overall, but from what I'm seeing in this power figure, I think she does look fantastic overall. I hope I can find a better, less blurry picture. That's alright, but I don't know, I really like the way this one looks overall with the pose, how Power sort of has, like, you know, her hair flowing out. There's like a lot of different flowy parts to this figure. You have Nyako, who looks super cute, and I really do like all the different weapons in the base. And if I wasn't pre-ordering that expensive Power resin figure, I think I'd actually go for this one because I do like the overall look of it overall. So yeah, I feel like not too sure about the price overall for S-Fire figures, but I feel like it's a pretty good looking Power figure overall, just from like first glance at these pictures. After that, we have another Fate figure. So this is the Fate Grand Order Yang Guifei Foreigner by Amakuni. So overall design, I really do like. Yeah, very nice sculpt. I do like her pose and, you know, all the little details on the instrument. Her hair has a very nice flow to it. Not too familiar with the character herself in Fate, so, you know, I'll see how this is colored, but for me it's probably going to be a skip just because I'm not too familiar with her. After that, we have this other one, which is by Oriental Forest, who I've never heard of. So this is the original Halloween. That's just the name of the figure. This is obviously a figure that's based on an illustration by Fuzi Choco, so yeah, I'll quickly show pictures of course, the figure itself before we get into it, but yes. I saw cakes, I'm like, sweets theme, yes. So yeah, it's very cute. And we'll get onto the illustration, which I'll talk over. I really do love the character design. I wasn't too into like what it looked like grayscale, but then seeing the original illustration, I love her so much. I love, obviously, the pinks, the purples, the blacks. Very nice outfit design overall. And you have all the different sweets in the background, so yes. I'll think about picking this one up in the future just because of her design and the sweets theme as well. But of course, I'm just not too familiar with the manufacturer, so, you know, I'll look into them more like off camera and such, and I really hope that they do this original illustration justice because she looks very nice overall. After that, I also, sorry, before that I should probably also start her, saying that, you know, thinking about possibly picking her up in the future. After that, we're moving on to another Native and Rocket Boy figure. This is the Noah figure, so it's been painted and such, and I don't know how I feel about this one. I do like the overall outfit design, but I'm just like maybe not the biggest fan of the way her hair is kind of covering her eyes. I feel like it's kind of hard to see. So original illustration right there. I think it looks fantastic overall. And yeah, so let's see it from other angles, like this one. Yeah, just the way it looks, it's just because like her bangs are kind of covering her eyes. I feel like it's a little bit like, you know, a little distracting, and it's kind of just, you know, obscuring, you know, the eyes to this figure, so that's just what I'm not the biggest fan of. But overall, color scheme, painting looks very nice, but just, yeah, just the fact that the hair is covering the eyes, I'm just not the biggest fan of, unfortunately. So yeah, that's just holding me back from, you know, thinking about picking up this figure. Yeah, just because of that sort of like little detail overall. So there's some other things I actually wanted to point out this figure, because I was actually talking to Eliza Desu about this figure, and she did point out some pretty good points that I just kind of like looked over. So one of them was actually the hair color. It is quite different from the original illustration. The original illustration had a much more sort of warm gray color to it compared to the figure that has much more of a, you know, your typical gray color. And yeah, so that's quite noticeable in some of these pictures. And additionally, what Eliza pointed out was also that this character illustration actually had her holding balloons, and the figure does not have it, which is kind of a shame. I thought it would have been a nice touch. So the first figure that came to mind with balloons was like the Saber Lily, I believe. One of those figures had balloons in it, so I thought it would have been a cool touch to include balloons with this figure. So yeah, overall, just those other factors alone kind of lower my, you know, urge to pre-order her. Again, the outfit for me is a big highlight, but I feel like they have to sort of change some things to this figure to make me want to pre-order it more. So yeah, that's just my opinion. If you love this figure, I'm very happy for you, but for me right now, just sort of those nitpicks prevent me from pre-ordering this figure in the future. After that, we have this super cute one that has been made into a, you know, prototype, the Toho Project Cerno 1/7 Frost Sign Summer Frost version by Solaran Toys. So yes, the original illustration, absolutely adorable. She's sitting on some ice cream. Sweets theme is there. And then we're going on to the pictures, so I'll pop those up. Oops. Yeah, I do like the way it looks overall, although I do feel like for some reason, like seeing her at like this angle, the face looks a little bit chubby to me. Well, maybe this one, I don't know. There was one of these pictures that from like a certain angle the face looks chubby. I'll see if I can pop it up. It's probably this one, yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a little bit chubby. It looks now okay to me. But yeah, super cute sculpt overall. It looks like the wings are going to be transparent, so we'll probably have a nice gradient effect part to that. So yes, excited for her. She's most likely going to get pre-ordered because of the sweets theme, and she just looks so cute overall. Moving on to now a Miku figure. We have this one, the Hatsune Miku Spirit Tail. That's all it says. We don't have a proper, I guess, name for this. But I saw the original illustration, which I'll pop up in a bit, but I love how it's looking so far. Obviously, it seems to have like sort of like digital art aesthetic with the big like sort of Wacom pen that she has, but going on to the original illustration, yeah, I really dig it overall. I think I just like the, the sort of style that this Miku has for the moment, and just, very cute, adorable. I love the way the base looks, and yeah, the design is fantastic. So this one I will most likely pre-order. Definitely a very nice looking Miku overall, so yeah, very excited to see how this will look colored. After that, we have another Miku, also by Spirit Tail, so this is the 15th anniversary star version of Miku. Like the overall sculpt I'm seeing right now, and of course I'll pop up the original illustration. Really gorgeous so far. She's kind of like on a compass, which very nice overall. I do like this design. I don't know if I'll pre-order this one. Again, I like that sort of other Spirit Tail Miku a little bit more, but definitely a gorgeous, like, elegant design for this Miku. So yes, I do approve of it, but I don't know if I'll take the time to pre-order her. After that, we're moving on to, I think the only freeing bunny I have. So this one was in, one of the last figure festivals, and it was only you know, unpainted, but this is the Fate Grand Order Ultra Pendragon B-Style 1/4 ruler by Freeing. So, yeah. This one did have a, unpainted prototype, and now she has been painted. So this is based off in artwork from Fate Go, where she's in a bunny outfit, and I will admit, I do love the overall design of this outfit, from, you know, the bodice, I guess, piece, the like torso piece, to the sort of shiny blue tights, to the sort of, you know, boa that she has in the cards. Yeah, overall, I really do like the design. But there's just something about her that feels like off. I feel like, I don't know, I thought she had a little bit of a lean to her. And a lot of people, I saw one comment saying, yeah, it's a cool design, but a boring execution. And, you know, I understand that Free is definitely going for, of course, here is the original art. So yes, it's just a sort of a static standing pose, which, yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe they could have done a little bit more of a dynamic pose, but, you know, I understand that, you know, they want to do just, you know, translate the original concept into a figure and just keep it all the same. But yeah, I think it would have been cool if they sort of changed it up a bit. So for me though, I think I like the bunny suit, but it's gonna be a skip just because but, you know, that's just me. If you love this design and you're very happy it's been translated into a B style, then I'd say go for it. Hopefully it's a reasonable price though. After this, I think this one was also announced, Fat Company, another Ruby figure. I'll be quick about this one. Like the pose overall, very cool. I guess this one might be cheaper than Good Smiles in the future. So yeah, we'll have to see. It's still unpainted though at the moment. After this one, we have this one right here, which I feel like I kind of gave crap for before because I wasn't too into the original illustration, but now seeing it sculpted in figure form, I love her so much. So this is the Bomber Girl Rainbow Grim Aloe 1/6 belly dance version by Wing. So yes, I think, like, gorgeous design. I love just the flow of everything, and her facial expression looks so good. So yeah, I actually wasn't too big a fan of the original illustration, so I don't know, something about it just, I was like, I think it's alright. But seeing it like in the prototype, I think I'm digging it a little bit more. So it looks like she's also going to come with and without the veil, which I think is pretty cool. So kind of the thing though is that I already have a figure of this character, so yeah, I might actually want to sell that one for this one, depending on, you know, price and how it comes out, because I'm actually kind of digging this, you know, the belly dancer version a little bit more than what I have for her. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Hopefully it's not extremely pricey. So yeah, I'm very excited for her in the future. So after that, we have this prototype, which I'm so excited for, and I'm surprised they did it as fast as they did. And that is the Blue Archive Kosaka Wakamo 1/7 by Neon Max. Oh my god, I am so hyped for her. I think she looks fantastic overall. Like, this sculpt is gorgeous. So good. So I'm gonna pop up the original illustration, and like, what can I say? This is a gorgeous character design. I love the blacks and the whites, the golds and the reds. And yeah, I just really dig this character design. Definitely my favorite of the Blue Archive characters that I've seen so far. I love also the whole fox theme to her. So yes, this one is definitely going to get pre-ordered. I am in love with her so far. And I'm really interested to see as well if you can remove the mask and you can show her face, because there is supposed to be, I'm surprised they didn't show it. I might pop it up on screen quickly if I can find it. There is one where she has the mask off. So, you know, interesting to see if they'll do swappable parts. But yeah, definitely very hyped for her. I think Neon Max is doing a great job with this figure so far. After that, we have sorry, so cute. We have the Hatsune Miku Moniki Neko 1/7, the scale version. So this one I was like thinking, oh, you know, I'm thinking about pre-ordering because I really do love the Moniki Miku design, and she looks so freaking cute. I love it so much. I'm gonna see if there's any other good pictures. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with how this Moniki Miku looks. Very nice flow to everything, and, you know, pose, and she's got, of course, the little suitcase with the golden lake in there. Yeah, I think this is fantastic. I'm curious about the price tag, though. I mean, it doesn't look like it's gonna be, you know, hopefully not too expensive. Maybe I'm hoping for 200 USD or a little bit less. I would like that a lot. But yeah, overall, I think she looks fantastic. So she's on the side of, you know, pre-ordering, because again, I really love the Moniki Miku design. And yeah, so yeah, Kadokawa is the manufacturer. Hoping again it's not too expensive, because I would definitely like to pre-order this one. After that, oh my god, we have this one right here. That is the Hatsune Miku 1/7 Digital Stars 2022 version by Hobby Stock and Wing. So this was an unpainted prototype, and I was like, oh, you know, I think it, you know, looks cool, it's dynamic, I don't think I'd want to pre-order it. And then the colored version came out, and I really dig it. I really dig the way she looks overall. So yeah, original illustration right here. Fantastic. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh my god. I don't know, I love it. I love it so much. It's gonna cost an arm and a leg, but, you know, hopefully that she releases at a decent time, or else someone is gonna have to be sacrificed for her. You know, also a, you know, pretty tall figure, considering that she's standing on top of these, oh my god, I don't know what you call them, but she's standing on top of these, and she also has, like, this sort of flowing effect, like, behind her. I think it's her jacket? No, it's a flag. It's a flag that's sort of flowing behind her. So yes, a very massive looking figure overall. It's going to be obviously pretty expensive, but but I really love her. I love her now after seeing her colored, so yes. If I'm not mistaken, if I go back, so yes, it's saying it's going to release in 2023, probably the very tail end. I was hoping 2024 because, you know, 2023, you know, December is looking not too good, so I would hope 2024 release, so yeah, but definitely a very gorgeous Miku overall. I really dig the design overall and how it's looking colored, so yeah. Might have to can a few figures for this one, and then, you know, find the space for her, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one. Hopefully the price isn't too bad, though. After that, we're moving on to another E-Stream figure. I just wanted to kind of shout these out, but we have the Maki Zenin Shibuya Scramble figure, which overall I do quite like the, you know, design for, but, you know, I won't be pre-ordering this. But, you know, I do like the way they did this Maki figure overall. If I can get some better pictures. Yeah. Looks nice. I really hope it's not too expensive, because it's still, like, you know, it's not grandiose that it would warrant a big price tag, but, you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing for this Maki figure. So after that one, we have another from Jujutsu Kaisen. Another Shibuya Scramble figure. This is the Panda one. So I just kind of want to point this out because I think it's kind of cool that they went for, obviously, the, you know, transformed panda look instead of just him by himself, because I feel like I don't see any other figures of Panda who are, like, in this form. So yeah, that's the only picture, unfortunately, but, you know, I think it's nice that E-Stream went this route for this Panda figure, so yeah. Very cool looking. Panda's not my favorite though, so, you know, definitely a skip from me, but I thought I'd decide to point him out. So, finally, we have this one that has been, like, had no image for a very long time, and that is the JJK0 Geto Suguru Shibuya Scramble 1/7 figure. And I think he overall looks fantastic. I've been waiting for this one to have a prototype up. This is obviously based on one of the manga covers, so oh my god. I think he looks fantastic overall. So yeah, I was obviously torn on, like, what Geto figure I would want to get. Obviously, you had the, you know, the Kotobukiya Artifacts J. If you wanted to invest in the massive 1/4 Geto, which I think looks pretty cool, but, you know, very pricey, so no for me. There's also the Nendroid, and, you know, I could sell for prize figures, but yeah, I think I really do love the way that this Shibuya Scramble one came out, so oh my god. So yes, I'm, you know, looking forward to seeing this one painted, and, you know, I'll probably pre-order him. So yeah, I'm very excited that he's finally in prototype form at least, and yeah, so interested to see when he goes up for pre-order in the future. After this, we got kind of a lewd figure that I'm gonna have to censor a bit because stuff is out, and yeah, but yeah, so just wanted to point this one out. The original Sakuraya Mahiru Anniversary Live figure by Native and Rocket Boy, so yeah, I'm gonna have to put a black bar over this because yeah, they're out. So yeah, I do like the overall look for this character design, so I'll also show the original illustration, which I will also have to kind of censor, but yeah, because they're kind of slipping out. But yeah, I don't know, I really do like the pink and purple aesthetic to this character, but if there's one thing when it comes to me getting like lewd figures, I'd rather have the option for cast off. And this one, I don't know, because I didn't see any sort of like alternate parts that cover up there, so that's why I'm like kind of on the fence with this one. But I do like the overall outfit design, and she looks super cute, but just the fact that, you know, the original illustration really doesn't have anything covering it, so yeah, there's that. So yeah, I'd rather have the cast off option at the end of the day instead of it just being like not there. So yeah, we'll have to see about her in the future. Love the design, just, you know, hopefully maybe they'll do some cast off options where they're covered. So yeah. After that, we have this one that I just kind of want to point out. Cafe Stella to Shinigami no Cho Akizuki Kana 1/7 by Broccoli. Want to point this out because it's another figure with a scythe. So yeah, from what I'm seeing with the scythe, I do like the design overall. I don't know if I'll pre-order this anyway, because it's of a character I don't know. So yeah, I guess there it is if you want to look at the I guess the art. So that's what the scythe is supposed to look like, but for me, you know, I might skip it just because I don't know the series too well, but the scythe, so we'll have to see. After that, we have this one right here, which is the Azure Lane Yacht Sen 1/7 Coronal Afterglow version by Need. So I don't know who these guys are, but I just want to, you know, point out the overall sculpt and look for this figure. I do think it looks very gorgeous overall, and I do like the other little, you know, environmental details in this one. Oops. So yeah, I don't think there's a picture to this. No. Okay. So yeah, no like official like artwork or anything, but you know, I just want to point out the sculpt and just look of this figure so far because I think it looks very nice. So next up on the list, we have this one right here, which I don't know how I feel about it. So this is the original Pink Bunny by Union Creative, and I don't know, the prototype is looking a little bit whack at the moment. I'll get some close-up pictures of her, but like, I don't know, like her eyes look like really off for some reason on this. Like it does not look, no, it doesn't look good to me. Like, what the hell? Like, what is this placement of, like, the eyes? Everything else looks fine. It's just the eyes. I don't know why it looks like this, and this is an original, like, illustration by D-Smile, which looks perfectly fine. I mean, yeah, I think it looks very nice overall. I do like the colors and just, like, the design overall, but I don't know, with the way this prototype looks, it just doesn't look right. It's like one of the eyes is like literally drifting off to the side, so unless Union Creative can fix this, you know, I really hope they do, because it's a very nice illustration. Yeah, see, the eyes are not looking good, so yeah, that's unfortunate. I really hope they fix that issue, because very nice design overall, but, you know, if Union Creative can't pull through, then there's no point in me pre-ordering her. After that, we have this one. I'll quickly mention because I did mention it in another figure festival, the Fate Grand Order Sei Shonagon 1/7 Archer by Fat Company. Very colorful character design overall. I really do like the look she has. If I go to any other, yeah, some nice close-ups. Very nice, like, I like the eyes and the way that looks overall, and her expression is super cute. yeah, very vibrant character design overall. Don't know if I really, I don't know. I like the outfit a lot, but I don't know the character too well, but you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing. If it's, I don't know, if it's in an okay month and if it's not too expensive, I'll consider picking her up. But you know, and Fat Company has been known to delay stuff, but I feel like this one shouldn't be too hard to be delayed, so we'll see. But you know, love the design. Not too sure if I want to pre-order it though. So now I have saved the two for last, these two kind of lewd cat girl figures. So from Nekopara we have the native maple and cinnamon 1/7 figures. So these two I kind of wasn't digging at first either. You know, I thought, oh, it's, you know, feet and, you know, pose, and at least with cinnamon, the nipple covering. So yeah, again, nipple so why am I so shy? The nipple coverings I'm not the biggest fan of on these figures. It's just not my vibe. But after seeing these guys painted, I I think my mind has been changed. I love the way they look overall. I'm gonna see if I can go through these pictures and find one that's okay to look at. So yes, we're starting off with the maple right here, and I think, my god, does she look absolutely gorgeous. I love the outfit design overall and the colors. I think they're so nice and vibrant. And I'm not really an orange person, but I like the way the orange looks on her, so yes, very gorgeous maple. Now we're gonna see if we can find cinnamon in all of these pictures, so I might cut out again. Okay, and then we have, of course, Cinnamon, who I do like her overall, like the color scheme for her. Very cute. Obviously, the coverings are there, but I think they look fine overall. So yes, very gorgeous. I do kind of like how these are kind of a set of figures. I know some people may not be into the pose, but I don't know, I'm kind of digging it after like looking at, you know, the colors that these two have and how they're painted. So yes, I am most likely going to pre-order these two because I do think they're just gorgeous overall. Now obviously there's the, you know, the quite inexpensive in the aftermarket chocolate and vanilla versions of these, which they don't have any top coverings, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so if you're looking to get these Nekopara figures and you might want to wait till they release, I really recommend not doing that because they're gonna shoot up in the aftermarket like those chocolate and vanilla figures. So yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, those chocolate and vanilla figures were like 18,000 yen, which is such a good price for what you're getting, especially from Native. So, you know, I'm hoping that these two are in the same price range, maybe at least, you know, with inflation stuff, maybe 20,000 yen. I feel like that would still be great for what you're getting, but yeah, so I'm quite excited for those two actually. I hope they go up soon, considering the fact that they're colored, but we'll have to see. But yes, anyway, that concludes my list right here, but I'll talk about some other figures that aren't on here because unfortunately they're from a sort of Chinese manufacturer and they're not on here, but I want to shout out those figures too because the next two I'll be talking about are ones that are definite pre-orders for me. So now we're moving on to the last two figures I'll be talking about, and this is actually going to be on breweryberries.com. They're a great source for figures and they catalog the figure festivals, so definitely recommend checking them out. They're obviously, you know, a pretty good source and they keep things nice and organized for each of the different figure festivals and by company. So I'll be going through this, and we're specifically talking about REOURCES, who might become one of my new favorite manufacturers for how, you know, pretty inexpensive their figures are overall. The ones that I've been seeing are under 200 USD, which I think is fantastic, so I'll talk about two of them right here. The first one is the next in the Tea Time Cat series. I'm not sure of the name, I might pop it up on screen, but this is the one in the teapot, and it's absolutely adorable. So this is illustrated by the artist named Star, who is becoming one of my new favorite artists. I love their art style, and yeah, they're super cute overall. I'm quite excited for when this one goes up for pre-order in the future, because, you know, the Tea Time Cat series is super cute. I hope this is like 100-ish USD and maybe a little bit less, you know, but yeah, REOURCES, they're pretty like an inexpensive brand and I really like their quality so far, so I'm very excited, you know, to see this one painted. And the very last one I'll be talking about is the next in the sweet themed Planet Girls. So this is also illustrated by Star. This is the Saturn one, I believe. The Saturn Planet Girl. And oh my god, I am so freaking hyped for these planet-themed figures with the whole sweets theme on it. These ones are going to be instant pre-orders. And again, I made a community post a while back about them. The Mercury one is the first to come out. And oh my god, I am just so excited for these. They're super duper cute. They're a little bit more on the expensive side for Ribos. These are about, I think, what was it? 150 USD, I want to say. Still under 200 USD, and I'm just, I'm still gonna pre-order them because the sweets theme is fantastic. So yes, she's super cute. Very excited to see this one colored, and I'm so excited to see the other girls in the sweet theme planet line be turned into figures, because I am going to collect them all, because they're just, oh my god, they're gonna be so cute all together. So that overall concludes my pretty long figure festival overview with my own personal highlights. Again, I just don't want to go over every single figure because some I just really don't have any thoughts on, and I'd rather not do that and torture myself with editing. So yeah, obviously there's a bunch of ones I'm quite excited for and some that I'm thinking about pre-ordering. And yeah, so let me know what your guys' highlights for these figure festivals were. I'm interested to hear, and I hope that, by highlighting some of these figures, that you add them to your list if you'd like to, of course. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night wherever you are, and take it easy. Goodbye!